Welcome back for part 2 of this shed extension build. Wait just there. If you haven't seen part 1, click up the top here. So hopefully in this video we'll get it all finished. So first thing I'm going to do is go and drill these brackets that we're going to use to bolt down the bottoms. So we're going to be bolting down here and down here to hold them bottoms from moving about. Then we're putting these screw bolts in. Oh no, this is my dodgy ratchet as well, that doesn't ratchet. Right, let's get some pieces across the top, ready for some OSB to go up. Adding these pieces in, I've already stopped the racking, so now it don't move side to side at all. It's fixed at the bottom and that stopped that from moving. Right, so now I need to cut the OSB for the top. Better chop these ends off while I remember, else I'll forget. I'll get the roof on before I chop them off. So I'm going to screw these on like that, and like I say, this is just what the offcut just works out to be, this 900 across there, which ends up there. I've cut these, the other bit, they're made to go fit along this side from up under here, leaving a space there for air gap, because the cladding's going to cover that up. But it'd be good to, because like I say, this was greenhouse, so it'd be good to have a bit of fresh air circulating. And then I've got the OSB up off the floor as well, so it doesn't meet the slab, so it shouldn't get wet down there. Right, I'll get screwing these down. So these are the bits of roof panel I've got. Oh, look at this, it's Tommy. Yeah, and I've got quite a lot of them. I've got more over there and more around the corner, so I've got quite a few, so I might as well use these. But they've got holes in, and like you can see, the old washers from what the roof bolts screws were holding when it was holding them down. So I'm going to try and use them. So this is what I've got, this size. So I've only got these and them. So that's what I'm going to use. So when I screw them down onto there, the ones that are not going into here, that are just going through the OSB, it'll be like an Iron Maiden with the spikes coming through. But I can chop all them off afterwards. So that's as much as I'm going to do tonight, because it's starting to get a bit dark. Well, it won't be long before the light's in, but we've got that on both sides. I'll get on it at the next opportunity, so I'll be back with you in just a second. Right, let me show you where we are. So been adding to this up here. So as you can see, we put these coming out. They're screwed in behind the back here, like that, and that's to support this overhang. So we've got the overhang there. So now we've screwed down all the way up there on both sides with that, so that's nicely supported. I've made a metal roof cap. Can you see that? Probably not, but yeah, just up the top there. Oh, I can see a pussycat. There's Tommy up there, keeping an eye on things. Because I'm having to reach around that corner to screw, what I'm doing to get right at the other end, what I did, I went and fetched a magnet, pretty decent one, and just put it on there, so then my head of my drill is then magnetized. If I don't go too fast, obviously if I go fast, this will fly off, the magnet will. But the good thing is you can pick it up again with the end of your screwdriver. But what I'm doing, yeah, is magnetising that, because without that, these just keep dropping off because it's not really magnetised. That felt now will just stay there until I get some nice flashing, and then I can remove all that and make it nice and neat. So we're on with the doors now. So what I'm doing here, because my doors are a weird shape, aren't they? So this is the small side that's going to have the hinges on, and that's the distance. Then I'm going to fit the long side on after, and then sort out the top after I've got all this lot together. So we've got the bottom there. Then I was just thinking where the bottom hinge is going to go, so it can fit through that. So that's where I'm going to have the bottom hinge, and the top hinge is going up here, where that bear is going across. So for a start, let's fix these together. Just simple fixings again with this this stuff, Fix All, and my turbo screws. Just fixing there because this is having OSB on here screwed on, so that's going to hold it really strong, and then it's going to be cladded over the top of that. I've got sharpened my pencil. So what I'm hoping for is that if I go from that point to that point with this piece that I've just cut, I should be able to transfer these angles onto here and cut them with a bandsaw, and it should sit in there hopefully. There we go. I'm going to leave them at that. So now they're done like that, I need to draw around, put them on the boards and draw around them and cut the boards to so the boards are able to be screwed onto there. I've got two perfectly good trestles in the garage there, but Tommy uses them because he's got a chair seat on top of them, and that's where he likes to hang out. So yeah, I have to make do with some stools. Okay, that's enough for tonight. I'll get back on with it tomorrow. So you might have noticed that I don't have a bracing piece in the middle. I think this will be alright. I don't think that's going to go anywhere. And like I say, it's been cladded on the outside as well. I think I'll just keep an eye on it. If I think it needs it, I'll put another piece across, but I really don't think it's going to need it. And these are heavy and strong. They're not going anywhere. I just hope the hinges can hold them. Okay, so I need to start cladding these doors before I can hang them. I need to clad the doors and clad the front edge strip before I put the hinges on, because the hinges are fitting on the outside. What I'm going to do is nail all these on with my nail gun, all the cladding, and then I'll go around and screw it afterwards. There we go, that's a better fit. So there's it's a bit light, I can't even see the camera. There's a better gap along the top of them now. So now what I've got to do is put some stripping down there, and then that can be hung on there. But I need to get that done, so I'll do exactly the same with that one, and then we'll come back. God blimey, it's hot today. These hinges that are going on, I'm only screwing them on for now, but there will be some of the screws being taken out and coach bolts putting through to make them a bit more secure. So this is where we're up to. So we've got the sides done. That felt can come off now because we've got this flashing tape. So I've got that stuff to replace that. But yeah, it's all looking okay now. Just got to figure out now, there's just the last bit up there, filling that in. I'm going to do that. Right, Tommy. Now I need to extend this bar, need to weld a piece back on it again. Right, gonna leave it there for tonight, because now I can get the lock in there for locking these doors up, so that's good. And then I'll get on with it tomorrow afternoon. I think I can get back on it again. It's boiling hot out here. So I've got that flashing tape on. It's getting that hot that it's like melting the bitumen stuff that's on it. Right, so I've put screws in all these, so all the feather edge is all screwed on as well. I've gone a bit mental. I've put 2 lots of hinges there at the top. I've got another set if I want to bother putting 2 at the bottom as well, but just because the doors are heavy, I thought that would help, and I don't trust one of these. These are Stanley hinges, so they're not the crappiest of the crap, but yeah, they're not as heavy duty as I thought they would be. So what I'm doing now, we've got them hanging. I'm going to, obviously these aren't secure, so now I'm going to put a coach bolt in one of these and one of these, and the same at the bottom and on the other side, so that obviously these can't just be taken out. There'll be the coach bolts that you can't get out. So that's what I'm going to do now. Better in here in the shade. Got some nylon nuts here. So now it's the best time. It's spray time. had the new flashing on, all screws in, hinges on with coach bolts in, and all sprayed with the right coloured finish. If you noticed, I started off with the wrong colour. So all there is to do in here is drill a hole through there and a hole through the bottom down there, the same right over there, hole through there and there. Then on the inside I'll be able to mark a line, and then what I'll be able to do is just screw through, put screws into these buttons going down, screw in there, and then just get a jigsaw or a whatever they're called, can't even say it, reciprocated saw, cating saw, and go down there and chop that out and chop that side out, and then it'll be completely open. So we've got them bits of wall chopped out on both sides, and then just put a piece of tongue and groove over the top just to tidy it up a bit. But that's okay, it makes this feel loads roomier, having that extra space. So this is, I don't know if I've mentioned it, so this is 3 foot extra outwards, and then what do we, let's have a look. Yeah, so it's 6 foot in between them gaps there, so it's about 6'6" inside from that wall to that one. So 6 foot will be 3 foot extra room in there. But the idea is that I can have my bikes right up here and have more room behind them. So we've got that bolt going straight through the slab there, and up the top here we've got edging that the door sits up against, and the same up on this side. And it's a bit dark on the camera there. So now what I'm going to do, I've brushed the floor over here. This strip that I found is going to get stuck across, just stuck on there with this fix-all, and that's just to stop any rain making its way in there if it does come down under there. If the rain runs down the door and gets underneath, it might stop some of it. Hopefully the overhang on this will help a bit, but obviously if it's got driving rain there, it will make its way down there. Hello, Tommy. Yeah. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Hello. So round the corner here we've got boarding all the way to the back. It's a bit awkward to get to, but we got there. because this gap is big enough to get a screwdriver around. It was just a case of reaching right round and getting the screws in and sprayed. And as you can see, we just put some temporary gutter in there now. So this guttering's just fixed up there, as you can see, with just washers and screws. And this is just temporary, just to get rid of any water down here, just to make it shoot out onto the gravel. So what I will do is get a bend here and probably take a down pipe back and down to the bottom, then out to the side. So it's all covered in the pressure treated feather edge boards, and they're pretty decent feather edge boards, pretty thick, you know, so it should be good. So it's got pressure treated feather edge boards and then sprayed as well, and we're all sealed down the sides and with all our flashing and everything. So it should last well, because there's none of the inside exposed at all. So anyway, thank you very much for watching the video. If you liked it, if you could give us a thumbs up, that'd be great. And if you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. And I'll see you next time in the workshop. Take care.